God is dead, and he remains so, and we have killed him. Those are the words of Friedrich Nietzsche at the end of the 19th century. And he was proclaiming that because of the Enlightenment, we no longer have a need for God. And we can set that aside and get on with living in the modern age. God is dead. You can imagine the reaction that he received when he said those words. Hostility, hatred, incredible reaction. And yet, today, on this Good Friday, we proclaim that the Son of God was killed, that God is dead. What a preposterous notion. That how could God be dead? How could the author and creator of the universe know death? How can this be? And the only way that it makes any sense at all is if we proclaim with the same words that we say on this Good Friday that God is dead. We have to also proclaim that God is love. That God loved us so much that he became one with us. Emmanuel. We proclaim that at Christmas. O come, Emmanuel. God is with us. Well, God, you're with us, but you're only with us in the bright times or in the joyful times. It's easy to proclaim God in a couple days with joy and love and peace and celebration. But do we really believe that we have a God who loves us so much that he would enter into everything of the human experience with us? I know for myself, I have had to have notions of God die. A God who punishes, a God who rewards, a God who doesn't answer the prayers that I want my God to answer. And if you don't mind, would you do it right now? A God that I tell what to do. We proclaim a God who enters with us in mystery and in unconditional love, the fullness of the human experience. And that fullness of human experience includes death. And we have in the past couple of years and in the last several months, we know about death. With all the people that are grieving in our country, in our world, in our communities, in our families. The amount of death in the Ukraine and in Afghanistan. My goodness, it just goes on and on. Could God possibly be there? That's what we proclaim today. That God is there. And God is with us in love. Now, I don't know about you, but there are times in which I really want the other kind of God. The God who doesn't enter in the fullness of human experience, but the God who changes outcomes. Because there's a lot of outcomes right now that I would really like to see changed. And I'm looking at my clock and my watch and going, it's time. And in the mystery of it all, in the mystery of all of this, God just loves us, abides with us, journeys with us, and asks us to do the same with each other. That's what the invitation of Good Friday is all about. That if we say that you and I are children of God, that you and I are sons and daughters of God, then we are willing to walk with people who know death, who know pain, who know suffering, who know oppression, who are outcasts. That's simply what God does. And if we are God's children, that's what we're called to do. Right before I came over here, I stopped by the church, Broadview, and they're putting up a new fence that was badly needed to be put up. And one of the women there said, I really don't like Good Friday. And I said, Katie, why is that? She says, because my hero dies. The one who I love dies. I didn't tell her it's much worse than that. God enters death. God enters death, not just the Son of God, but God knows death. But the only way that we know that we get to Easter is whether or not we can travel through this sorrow. Because the invitation is to enter it all. Today, we remember sorrow and death. Tomorrow, or the day after, something else.